Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is the PC Muscle Race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
What's poppin'?
Also joining me is the mad pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov.
Hello.
Accompanied by Paxel.
She's giving me a hug.
She's sorry about your water.
No, she's not.
Why hunt monster when you have me?
That voice you hear is none other than the man, the myth, the legend himself, Matthew Kiel.
Hello. How you doing?
Great.
Just couldn't get enough of us, so he's back.
I know, just couldn't stay away.
No, we really just brought him on because LeRon needs somebody to talk Monster Hunter with. And
Hell yeah!
So
Hell yeah!
There we go. There we are.
Good.
We gotta get our newest protege, Stephanie, into the mix.
Gotta get up to speed. Yep.
Yeah, you know, like we can't say you're gonna match the hours that we put into this game, but we can. You can probably match us in wits on it.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
Probably true. Probably true. How's everyone's week going?
It's going. It's a week.
It is a week.
Same shit, different week.
Yeah.
The week that is.
Yeah, I'm mentally run down. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, I hear you. It's life, work, it all gets to you, sometimes.
For sure.
True.
But
True that.
it is Wednesday night, though. It is the best night of the week.
Uh-huh.
The best night, they say.
So Corey, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because I saw something you put on Twitter, and I need follow up for this. So you said you will start looking for a PlayStation 5 because there are games you want to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember last week on the show you actually said there's nothing you wanted to play, so you're not interested in a PlayStation 5 anytime soon.
I know, but I finally watched the God of War trailer, and then I started talking to somebody about Horizon the other day, and I got kind of excited. But then PlayStation wouldn't let me buy one, so.
And that Horizon Forbidden West Collector's Edition had a massive discount.
I know, but I'm not looking to add more plastic garbage to my office.
Oh, come on. It's a
Not
mecha mastodon. Come on.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Yeah,
I already have the
blah,
Aloy.
blah, blah, blah.
I already have the Aloy from the first game. So I don't need the robot dinosaur. I have the main event. I don't need the
Mastectomy?
wow.
The Mastectodon.
So hold on, because like you've had for weeks, you've had for over a year.
I might have to go back to Horizon Forbidden West now. What's going on?
The story takes a wild twist, I hear, Matt. I don't
Apparently.
Stephanie spoiled the game for us. That's really what the game is about, actually, just giving robot dinosaurs vasectomies.
Yeah, you gotta control the population.
The sexual health of robot dinosaurs.
Yeah. Anyways, what were you saying, LeRon?
Well, no, I was actually gonna chastise you for a moment longer, but no, it's good that you're actually like you finally got energized for it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is PlayStation won't let me buy one, so I guess they don't want me to own one, which is fine.
Well,
Will they not let you, or are they sold out?
No.
The problem is
See,
bots.
they only let you buy one through your PlayStation account for PlayStation Direct, and I already bought one for somebody else, so now I cannot buy one through PlayStation Direct.
Well, Corey, I mean, I didn't buy mine through PlayStation Direct. Do you want me to just get it through mine, or just let me know later if that's what you want to do?
I don't know. I feel weird telling people to do things for me. So.
Oh, you're not telling me.
What the hell?
Silly.
She just offered.
Really? What?
Thank you. I have witnesses. It's not like I'm saying I'm giving it to you for free.
Your Honor, I submit Exhibit A, Stephanie Klimov's offer to
All right, Corey, to quote a meme on the internet right now, do you want the fucking cake or do you not want the fucking cake?
I don't know. I'm trying to lose weight, LeRon. Cake is not good for that.
The cake being the PlayStation 5. Like, I feel Because I already helped Austin get a PlayStation with my PlayStation account, so I can't use the Direct either, or I would have already said, hey, I will get on the next Direct for you.
I know. Also, like, I want a discless one.
What?
I don't want.
Why do you want a dickless
Are you
PS5?
sure about that?
Yeah, I am. I don't want any of this plastic garbage laying around here.
Well, I will say this: when everyone was talking all at once, instead of discless, I heard dickless.
Yeah,
Yes.
dickless. Yeah.
Oh, that's the canonical name for it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Oh, okay. Which
Yeah.
reminds me of a potential topic for later, so I'm gonna write that down before I forget.
For what? This show or After Dark?
Oh, well, I guess.
We've got the vasectodons. We've got the dickless PS5.
Man. Stephanie, is there something should we have
Give
done After
robot
Dark first?
dinosaurs
Like-
access to abortion. Just saying.
Yeah, I have a one-track mind.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I am thinking about getting one. It's just so big. It's just so.
That's what she said.
Just teeing us up on this one, Corey. What are you doing?
There's just a lot. It just takes up a lot of space.
It does.
Hey, Corey. By the way, thank you for the template for the square thumbnails. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I do.
Yeah, because I put it to use for this new episode.
Good. They're fun. They're cool. I started doing that. I started messing around with it with Tower Casuals, and I'm like, oh, I really like this. Maybe I should do this for the rest of the things that I do. And then I started working on them, and I didn't finish them. And I'm glad you reminded me because to
be fair, like I just asked you, hey, would you mind making one of those for me?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's a reminder.
It wasn't like I was trying to task you to do something.
You're terrible.
I know. I'm such an asshole.
LeRon, I hate when you make me do things for you. Just
Oh, you do?
No, I'm just
You
kidding.
do. You do. Because damn, like I guess I need to delete all these. I guess I need to delete all these messages that I've sent you over the past 6 months.
Yeah. Well, you're an Android user. I'll get them in like 3 weeks. If you send them now, I'll get them in like 3 weeks.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah. No, I don't know. Androids, am I right? Anyways, we're here to talk about video games and other things, but first of all, we're going to get to our Patreon producers. I want to thank everybody who supports us over on Patreon, patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. You can support us directly. If you don't know, Patreon is a monthly subscription service where you can support your favorite creators directly. We offer 2 tiers. $1 a month grants you early access to 5 shows. Boss Rush Podcast, Pow Block Expansion Pass, Talk the Walk, Standard Def, and After Dark. But if you want to be a Patreon producer, you can subscribe at the $5 tier and become one of those. And what does that mean? It means your name gets shouted out on this here segment of this here program. Wow, I just totally butchered that. It's all right. It's been a long day. Pushing through. So without further ado, our Patreon producers for this episode of the Boss Rush Podcast are Adriel Munger, Celeste Roberts, my wife, Sana Dirrig.
My wife.
Yep, that
Can't
one.
resist.
It's fine. Francisco Santillan, Rebecca Jewell, and Prince Unsmooth Toes. I want to thank all of our Patreon producers. I want to thank all of our patrons, and I want to thank all of our free listeners. Remember, all of our content remains free. If you support us, you just get a few perks. By the way, if you listen on free feeds, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, please leave us a 5-star rating and a nice review. Really helps us out. If you watch on YouTube, subscribe, like, share with your friends, hit the bell. LeRon's watching probably some sort of weird TikTok video that he keeps sending us. So,
Why you have to do me like that?
is that what you're doing?
You're almost right.
Oh. Sorry,
Okay,
LeRon's
all right,
purchasing
hold on, all
coins
right,
for
all right,
his
all right.
OnlyFans account.
Okay, all right.
He's
So
watching old Vine videos through the web archive.
Yeah,
I was
archive.org,
trying to
E-Bombs World.
Yeah.
Was it
I was trying to put a
Newgrounds one of the old ones? Grounds?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was a video game site, I think, predominantly, wasn't it? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Been forever. Yeah, same.
Yeah, I was trying to put a tweet out to let everyone know that the latest episode of Crossroads is now the finalized version of Crossroads is available for this week, and I was reading this tweet where I'm not gonna give the @ or anything, but in this tweet the person said, when I first came out as gay, my stepfather told me he got out of jail and used to frequent gay bars to rob men for money. He said he stopped because one guy offered him a drink and that, quote, it didn't feel right. He later found out that this guy was Jeffrey Dahmer. And so the comment train just kind of goes, right? One person asked, if you don't mind me asking, is your stepdad gay or was he simply there to rob men? To his response was just to rob men. But him and my mom aren't together anymore, and she always said that she thought he was a little fruity. and then the comments just rolled from there. I had the one meme of Kiki Palmer on Hot Ones, and when she had one of the buffalo wings, and she's like, this was a little sweet.
Wow. That
is a journey.
Yeah.
Just wow.
That's all I got. Wow. That's
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. The internet is a gift that keeps on giving.
Is it
or a curse that keeps on cursing?
No, it is because like learning that people are marinating their chicken with NyQuil. Come on.
Dude, yeah, I saw a news article on that. How stupid are people?
Oh
my gosh.
Is it worse or better than swallowing Tide Pods?
I feel like it's almost the same. I feel like it's almost the same.
See, I feel like it's a little, not by much, not by much, by maybe like,
Well, maybe because NyQuil is also designed to be ingested.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they're both designed to be, swallowed. So okay.
I mean, I don't understand, but like I said,
I just like the look on Stephanie's face. She's like, "What now?"
Yeah, but like I said yesterday, like just let them die.
Thank you, LeRon. You took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, you know what? If they die, good.
Darwin. It's just like how I said with freaking the pandemic and everything. You know what? This is the law of natural selection doing its fucking thing. Let it go. I know for sure that COVID's not a nice way to go and stuff like that. But
sure it is.
But
no, it's not.
But like they say on the,
it's not.
But like they say on the internet, play stupid games, win stupid fucking prizes. I'm tired of this shit. It's like every week I look, there's some other shit that someone's doing that's fucking murdering people, and it's like, when are we gonna learn? I'm like, between global warming, internet stupidity and stuff like that, we're gonna save our planet because like all the stupid people are gonna fucking die, and the people who are left are gonna realize, hey, this is our chance to clean the goddamn planet up. We have all these dead people who are gonna fertilize the ground and make us new trees. Global warming is gonna fix our environment, whether we like it or not.
I was listening to a thing the other day where it says it's amazing how fast, if humans just disappeared, like how fast the Earth would just take back over.
The Earth would take back over. It would be like we weren't even here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You ever watch that show on Discovery called Life After Humans? And how it's just like this like theoretical documentary on how the world would just take over, and it like how plants and wildlife would just take over like cities and like human made structures, but how like life would just live in these structures and stuff now. It's so cool. It's really cool.
I assume it will be available on Discovery Plus then.
Yes.
I will check it out.
There's a similar one on National Geographic also. It's not as good, but that would be on Disney Plus also.
I'm waiting for Discovery Plus to merge into HBO Max.
Are you? Because it seems like they're not going to have any content for you.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing everything they can to get rid of a lot of HBO Max's stuff, which is.
It seems like a lot of these content sites are trying to get rid of things and people, and things. First,
Well, even funnier is all of the things that were put in place to prevent like that type of system from being a monopoly was I guess overruled by the Supreme Court in 2020. And now all the streaming services are basically turning into the old Hollywood studio system where they're trying to it's a mad dash for monopolization because now it's allowed. That's the easy way to say it, and it's probably not the fully correct way to say it, but there are people in power that do not have any of our best interests.
Oh yeah.
In their minds, and yeah.
But the dumb shit about it is like the people who can make the fucking change don't fucking care, or don't have what it takes to figure out like, hey, like we know this person is bullshit, but we can easily do something to get them out of this bullshit ass position and get moving, and for whatever it is, I swear the American education system is like the fucking worst.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and the government is doing everything it can to keep it there.
Oh yeah, for real, yeah.
Because a healthy capitalism does not have educated citizens.
Well, unfortunately. But that's the crazy thing about it, though. Like capitalism can still exist with highly educated people. But the thing is, though, the people who run under capitalism need to realize that you can have capitalism, but you can't have capitalism the way you do it. There's both are not mutually exclusive. Like they can exist in the same place, in the same space. But the problem is that all these capitalist motherfuckers are corrupt as fuck.
I wouldn't say they're corrupt as fuck. I'm not trying to apologize or defend them in any way. What I am trying to say is like the scenario you're talking about where capitalism and an educated population can exist requires certain checks and balances.
Definitely.
Before we run away on the political train, I mean, the same thing goes with any other type of economic system.
Oh, sure.
Coming from like where my mom has grown up with the whole China and communism and looking at Russian history of communism, the Marxism, like if you actually read Marxist idea, it's actually brilliant. But look at the morons that run an actual communist country. They turn a great ideal into what is horrible. So like if you look at anything from socialism, capitalism, communism, they all have there's just different ways to skin a cat. I hate that phrase, but they're all run by dickheads.
Yeah.
Right. It's because eventually the human instinct when you're in power is to stay in power. So they would rather just do what they can to keep themselves there.
That's why our fucking Supreme Court right now is a fucking shit show.
Anyway.
Video games.
Yeah, please get me
How
into
do we
something.
get on this?
I don't know. It's Matt's here, LeRon's here. It's just we don't
birds of a feather.
One day one of our podcasts is going to stay on topic. One day. Just one time for 10 minutes. By the way, speaking of off-topic stuff,
let me know how that goes.
speaking of off-topic, Matt, did you see that Ted Lasso is coming to FIFA?
Yeah. Guess what that doesn't make me want to do? It doesn't make me want to buy FIFA.
Kind of made me want to buy FIFA. I like Ted Lasso.
See, now is it the team or is it actually the?
It's the team. It's the team.
So it's just the team.
Yeah. Well, it's him too, but.
So you get to play as that team, and you'll see him on the sidelines.
Yeah.
I mean,
all the coaches, I think, on the sidelines, but yeah.
Yeah, like
that's cool. I swear, FIFA's doing what it can to be relevant,
including changing its name next year.
Wait, it's changing its name?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that whole kerfuffle?
I did not.
They're
I think all the EA stuff that's
except for Madden.
I mean, no, Madden's not gonna have the Madden name.
Yeah, it is.
Did they? Will they renegotiate the contract?
They
I thought it was.
they can use a Madden name through like 2035, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. But college football is not partnering with the NCAA. Golf is not partnering with PGA Tour. Like, they're just doing it on their own. And next year, FIFA will not be called FIFA. I think it's called EA Football Club. Next year.
So EA.
I see.
Well, now will they say football club or will it just be EAFC?
I don't know.
Because
They
I have a
said
feeling-
the official name. They said the official name is called EA Football Club.
Okay, so speaking of Americans getting all up their own asses, I can see plenty of them buying that and going, wait a minute, this isn't football.
Well, if you put a big old soccer player on the front of it, maybe they won't buy it. Just saying. I mean, I know a lot of Americans are stupid, but look at the ball on the
Right.
front. Is it brown and not round? Then just call me crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh, bravo, Dirrig, bravo.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Ted Lasso, though. That's a show. I like that show.
I haven't watched it.
It makes me feel better about everything.
I need to continue watching it.
I thought, everybody said it was like amazing, and I thought I wasn't going to watch it because I'm one of those assholes who says, oh, everybody thinks it's amazing, I'm not watching it. And then I was like, you know what? I have a free trial of Apple TV Plus for 3 months. I'm going to watch it. And I watched both seasons within like 2 weeks. It's like, it's one of my favorite shows on TV.
Yeah, we used a week trial of Apple TV, and I ended up watching the Velvet Underground documentary and nothing else.
I don't even know what that is.
So,
I mean,
swing and a miss.
I mean, I haven't watched anything else. I tried to watch Mythic Quest, which is that Ubisoft show about the game developer.
That dude from Always Sunny or whatever.
Yeah. It's fine. It's not great. I watched like 6 episodes, I think, and I was like, maybe I'll continue watching this, and I'm like, maybe not. It's all right. Right now I'm watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, what episode are you on?
for LeRon.
What episode are you on?
Like 3 or 4. Episode 3 or 4, one of those.
Okay.
It's the one where they're on the plane. The episode where they're on the plane in the first season. I could look it up, but I'm not going to.
Well, what happened in the previous episode?
I don't remember.
Then how the hell are you watching it?
I watched it like last week, and then I watched another episode this week.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're going to be one of those guys who can take you forever to watch the show.
No, see, my plan was to watch it while I was working on stuff, and then I started doing that and realized I couldn't pay attention. So, like, I have...
Mm-hmm.
The thing I want to do is I need to, like, really just start taking notes, especially on, like, seasons of shows, because I'm not going to remember 24 episodes of a season, you know? So, but I am watching it, LeRon. I'm doing it for you. Don't
Guess
say
it
I
means
never,
I gotta get back into watching it then.
Yeah. Don't say I never did anything for you.
I kind of feel like you didn't, though.
Maybe I did. Who else would I have done it for? Why would I just randomly start watching this show that nobody cares about except for you?
Let's put it this way. You denied it for so long that I stopped asking you.
That's not.
I stopped talking to you about it.
It's fair.
Yeah, that's very fair.
Anyways, Stephanie, what are you doing with your life?
What am I doing with my life other than just slowly marching to my inevitable death?
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay, moving on.
And my
Same.
son's
Same.
I'm spending money. I got this finally from Super Rare Games. I got a physical of Aerial Knight's Never Yield.
Mhm.
Oh, what a cool ass game! That game rules.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
A Short Hike Collector's Edition.
Ooh, I'm
Oh, wow.
jealous of that. I love a short hike.
So spending money because I don't have enough time to play games. Have been slowly playing more and more of Monster Hunter, just knocking out some simple
Hell yeah.
single player stuff, and then taking down a couple of larger monsters with my boyfriend. So, and I've been playing Death's Door, and I haven't had a chance to get back to that because I'm either working with my kid, podcasting, or playing Monster Hunter. So I haven't had any chance to literally play anything else right now.
Mm.
Clean living, Stephanie. Keep it up.
Yeah, we should play more games, like just in general.
Side note, I'm slowly putting together my gaming space. So I have here, but I've also that's all my Pokemon stuff, but I put in all the shelves together. I have my TV and all my games down there, and my PlayStation is somewhere over there as well. So my gaming room is slowly coming together.
Nice.
This has been this way for 2 years, and I'm going to have to move it out before the end of this year for reasons that I'm not going to go into. So maybe I'll be able to get it more organized.
Is it a good thing, or is something going? Is it, you said you want to get into it, so I'm not going to.
No, nothing bad. Nothing bad.
Okay. That's all I want to be sure of.
You're the best around.
But
there's a tangent. Okay.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next? Because I'm pretty lame until I start having time to play more games.
Matt, you're our esteemed guest.
Esteemed. So I was away last week. My wife and I were in the Poconos at her family's mountain house, and brought the PlayStation, brought the Switch, and we played a lot together. We started and finished the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game in co-op, which was really fun. Probably going to be in consideration for my top 10 list at the end of the year. I really like that game a lot. I also played a lot more of the Cult of Lamb,
Yes.
which is becoming more hilarious and more dark and more difficult as it goes on in a way that I did not expect it to be. So I played this developer's last game with my partner. It's called Adventure Pals. It's a very wacky, zany platformer where you are a kid who is given a giraffe for his birthday, and the giraffe fits in your backpack, and it can use its tongue as a propeller to help you jump. It's very silly, and the villain in it is sentient. It's a goldfish that has taken control of a man who wants to turn old people into hot dogs. So that's what I did not expect what Cult of Lamb is giving me, and it is a wonderful game. I do like that you can basically rename all of your cult members. So I started naming them after people I know, and it was really funny. Former co-host of Corey's and mine, Moose, his character in the game was asked by, or actually my wife's character in the game asked me, the cult leader, to make him eat poop.
Yeah, I've heard about because not story. Brody was raving about this game. We had it on Crossroads a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, like this game looks like nothing but antics, and I think I'm gonna have to add it to my library.
It is dope in a lot of good ways. I think the visuals are great. I think the lamb itself is very cute. I do like that. I do like the sloppy precision of the combat. It never gets too in its own way with difficult mechanics. And I think the tendency for a lot of run-based games like roguelites, they tend to throw way more mechanics at a player, and if a player is not ready for that, it can be daunting and cause analysis paralysis and just create a severe gap in knowledge where it's like I don't even know what I'm doing and I'm not making any progress, and I feel like I'm just being shown what I don't know rather than being taught a new thing. I also I have been playing a lot of Monster Hunter. I've gotten to. I'm working towards getting the final section of anomaly quests unlocked. I think you have to be anomaly rank 81 to do that, and I'm at like 75.
Yeah.
Now with the new title update, that's going to ramp up more and new monsters, and I do like that I've kind of settled back into my old ways of being an insect glaive main. For a long time in Sunbreak, I was using the bow, which will probably end up being my second weapon from here on out. I got into a position where I was like, okay, I'm basically killing everything I can with the bow. It's time to learn something new. I re-picked up the insect glaive because nothing else was really sort of tickling me, and it's even more stay in the air than it was in World, and I love it. So I have like an arsenal of insect glaives that I take with me anywhere I go, and I love it. I also dipped back into just a bunch of little games on Switch. I picked up One Step from Eden, which it's a roguelike, but it has like it has like a Slay the Spire like map where you pick which direction you want to go, and I'm still trying to work my way through understanding the combat. I mean, it's very intriguing and fascinating. I just need to learn more because I've only played it for a few hours. A buddy of mine hipped me to this puzzle game on Switch. It's also on Steam. It's called Mixolumia, which it kind of, for some reason, Dr. Mario and Luminous pop into my head thinking about this game. I think it's a little simpler, a little easier to wrap your head around than both of those, and it's twice as addictive as they are combined, and it's a really fun experience. So I would recommend looking at that either on Steam or on Switch, and of course, I don't think I could probably get through this without talking about how awesome Splatoon 3 is. Splatoon 3 is, I think, in terms of the multiplayer alone, it's my favorite in the series so far. And I think that's because winning isn't necessarily the only thing. Like you can gain levels even if you're as garbage as I am at Splatoon 3. I'm still trying to work through the single player. The single player this time out has been the hardest to get into. But I've been told by several people that, keep at it. It gets way better as you go. But yeah, Splatoon 3 is dope. There's something about a bright and colorful shooter that's not so much about killing and painting, and it's more about covering the area with paint, and that's fun, I think.
Nice. I'm glad that you said that because I've got my son that for his birthday in 2 weeks. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You pick that up. You'll enjoy it.
Yay.
Yeah, it's really fun. I think the weapon variety this time out is way better. Like, not everything is just a variant on the Super Soaker or the Paint Roller. I think there's a lot of creative weapons this time out.
Cool.
Now, I do feel like there's things I'm missing, but I don't remember what they are. So, LeRon or Corey, what have you been playing?
We'll talk to LeRon first. What are you playing, LeRon?
Okay. Well, of course I'm playing Monster Hunter.
Of course.
No big surprise there.
What?
But all the stuff I went through last week, I just needed I needed something different from what was going on, from what I was normally playing and stuff like that. And I wound up picking up randomly after listening to Corey talk about it, Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, the remake.
Yay!
And
Nice.
I said this last night on Crossroads. I'm going to say it here as well. Like, there's just something. Playing Legend of Zelda game is like a magical fucking experience.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. Like, I mean, like it this is one of the few games that like it actually transports you in your brain to a different place. Like it's like it's almost like you're having an out of body experience. And the fact that Link's Awakening is just so fucking cute and wholesome, it's like, oh my god, like I was like, why did I never finish this game? Because like I played it strong when it first came out, but somewhere around the third dungeon, I just kind of like lost steam playing it and stuff like that. So I picked it back up and I was like, oh, I'm in the middle of the third dungeon. And I'm like, oh God, I can't remember how the controls go. So I'd start over playing again. And within a matter of like hours, I got back to where I was at. And I was like, okay, like, and it's just it just, like I said, just transports you to like this magical place, It's like, wow, like Corey's watching freaking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. right now, and I feel like playing this Legend of Zelda game is like my version of Tahiti. I feel like that, because man, it's just something about the game, like the cute factor's there, but it's very serious. It's dark in certain places and things like that, and it's like, wow, like I really wish they would go ahead and remaster the Oracle's games.
Yeah.
The Oracles and Ages games, because I mean, man.
I mean, I would take every 2D Zelda game in some way, shape, or form like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm gonna have to sit down and take some serious time to beat it, because I mean, it's my distraction, and I feel like it's been a welcome distraction, because like last week was a very turbulent week, and then this week, like Monday morning, I wake up and there was like something going on with my back. There's like one area of my back that was just like it felt like I just slept the wrong way or something. But then later on in the day, because it's fall time and seasonal allergies, I get hit by seasonal allergies in spring and fall, and I had a sneezing fit, and it basically went full blown to like, now my back is killing me. Because I'm officially that age now where sneezing will throw your back out.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Yeah. So I mean, like just being able to like lay down in the bed and veg out playing like Legend of Zelda. And I actually picked up Fire Emblem. I don't know. I guess last week's bad news with the Switch made me really appreciate my Switch. The Nintendo Direct didn't do anything for me. Like you guys know that. Everybody that listened to me last week also know that. But for some strange reason, like the Switch has now gotten more playtime than my PC and my PlayStation for this past week. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
Look
so
at
there's
you.
that. There's that. I don't know. Like like a.
Pretty soon you're gonna be trading in Crossroads for PAL Block.
No, because here's the thing about that. I'm always gonna hold Ed in resentment, because Ed was like when it was confirmed that Direct was happening, Ed was like, LeRon, this is your Direct. He said that. He said it directly to me.
Well, that's when should have known it wasn't gonna happen.
So between you and Ed selling me the lie about these Legend of Zelda like games coming to the Switch and getting a date for Advance Wars and all this stuff,
Prominent people in the gaming industry that people trust said these games were coming. Okay.
Believe half of what you see and none of what you hear.
The only person that was 100% right was Emily Rogers, because she said Fire Emblem was going to be shown.
Who's that?
Like, she's been a Nintendo leaker for a long time. She said she's heard that the Zelda games were done, but she didn't think that they were going to be announced. I went back through her tweets and her.
Are you talking about like the Twilight Princess?
Corey was looking for the receipts.
I was.
Corey was looking for the receipts.
Yeah, I've gotten out of the habit of getting excited when leaks like that happen.
It's too hard. I try.
Okay. It took me a long time, but because I'm out of that habit, if I'm talking with people about being excited for the things that were leaked, even though they do show, like, yeah, but we knew about that. Like, and then when you ask where you knew about that, well, this person said it. Like, did they have proof, or did they just say it? Well, they said it. So, and they have a good track record. I'm like, that doesn't mean anything.
Well, Jeff Grubb was on like 4 Giant Bomb shows saying it though.
No, I know. What's crazy? What's crazy about this whole thing is, like, I'm one of those people that I'm really cynical when it comes to like rumors and leaks. As a matter of fact, I have a whole segment of my show that whenever like rumors come out, we call it rumor control because like we try to temper expectations and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a lot of rumor mill stuff, in the world of PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, because in all honesty, I feel like Sony and Microsoft are definitely holding close to all their shit. They're not letting anything slip out. So
Listen, Corey, I need to know because I'm this close to buying a used Wii U just so I can have Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD because I feel like it's
you better buy Twilight Princess. You better buy Twilight Princess soon because that game is skyrocketed in price.
That game will skyrocket.
Don't do it. If anything, Stephanie, because guess what? I just downloaded the RetroArch emulation system.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm gonna buy a $3,000 PC to download retro games.
You don't need a $3,000 PC for that.
I could do it right now on mine.
I'm just making fun.
Shit,
oh my gosh, these PC gamers.
You could do it on a fucking mobile device. Shit.
I just want my Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD, and if it's never coming to Switch, I need it on something.
I have a new theory about that though.
Oh no.
2024.
No, shut your
2024.
No.
Yep. One in the spring and one in the late summer.
24.
Why not 2023?
Because
Tears
of the Kingdom.
Because they don't want to take the wind out of sails of Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
By the way,
old Zelda won't take the wind out of that sail. I'm sorry.
Matt, someone has kindly commented that you're one of the best guests here. Just throwing it out there.
Twilight Princess is one of the Who
said that? And why? What did I do?
Friend of the show, Grayson Morales.
Thank you.
Twilight Princess is one of the most requested Zelda remakes that people want right now for this current generation. Like, trust me, because when the news came out about Skyward Sword, the immediate internet was like, "Why not Twilight Princess?" That was the immediate reaction.
It's because nobody likes Skyward Sword, and everybody who says they do is lying to themselves.
Yeah.
Well, like Skyward Sword, as someone who played it when it came out, and I like blitzed through it because I knew I could just take it back. I didn't like it at the beginning, and I beat it for spite. And then when I took it back, like I've forgotten like 98% of that game. And one of these days I may go back. Who can say?
It has a great story, but slogging through that story is terrible.
Right. And see, now with Twilight Princess, I think everybody who's requesting it now, and I know this is your favorite, I'm not trying to start a fight with you, Corey, but I think everybody requesting it now just wants to tear it down when it comes out.
Well, that's fair.
Now,
I sold my Wii version of Skyward Sword, and that was the 25th anniversary edition. That's how much I didn't care for Skyward Sword.
I really can't say that I'm one of those people to tear it down because, like, in all honesty, like I'm still kicking myself in the ass because, like, I should have bought the GameCube version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ed keeps telling me he's going to send me the GameCube version. I keep telling him no, but secretly in my mind, I'm like, yes.
I should have bought the GameCube version because, like, I sure as hell did not have enough respect for it that I did not buy it for the Wii.
Yeah, I bought it for the Wii.
HD version come out in the Wii U.
Yeah, I bought it.
I did. The Wii U was a console that I was not trying to buy, so I definitely wasn't going to get Twilight Princess on that.
The Wii version was not great. That I turned around and bought the GameCube version and played it on my Wii, and plugged in a GameCube controller into my Wii.
And you know what else? I don't know where my Twilight Princess Wii game is, so I'm extra depressed now. This is why I have this urgency, like, I need to get this Wii U.
I have 2 copies of it if you want me to send you one.
Twilight Princess?
Yeah, for Wii.
See, now I would probably revisit Twilight Princess before I'd revisit Skyward Sword. For the express purpose of maybe going back on all of the bullshit I gave Corey throughout Nerds Gone Rogue about Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
Because
179 episodes worth of fighting words.
Yeah, a lot. But I still remember, when Twilight Princess was announced, and I don't remember, it might have been Electronic Gaming Monthly at the time, but they had a picture of Link on a horse, And at the time, it looked to me like a John Ford Western. I'm like, oh, Zelda's going huge now. And while I do immediately remember being a little bit let down by that, I still enjoyed my time at the time. As I got further away, I started to throw shade at the game. But
don't worry, you weren't alone in that.
no, I know. I'm not trying to say I was special, but I would like to know. I would like to go back and just maybe reassess, because it's been. When did that game come out?
2006.
So it's been 16 years. Like I could probably stand to replay that, and see how it goes.
Here's an honest review of Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
It is my favorite.
Sure.
But there's also...
Is it your favorite game of all time as well, or no?
It fluctuates. I like to say Breath of the Wild is kind of up there now, but...
Sure.
And also a lot of things go into Twilight Princess besides just the game itself. Me and my life
like
at that time and stuff.
The time where you played it, things like that.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. But there's a lot of filler. There's a lot of extra stuff that you don't need to do, but the game kind of wants you to do it. But it has the best dungeons of any 3D Zelda game. But there is a lot of filler in between those dungeons that I think people just get annoyed at.
Well, yeah, I think the open world in that is not great. And it's not, technically it's not really that open because there's all these gates just pointing you towards where you need to go. But
yeah. So, and you have to find specific, it's a Zelda game. You got to find specific things to unlock specific pathways to get to new dungeons and stuff, right? So,
sure.
Yeah, I know why people think it's annoying. And Wolf Link isn't exactly the greatest character to control, but Midna's fun and the dungeons are the best. So
of all the things. Oh, go ahead, Laura. I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna say the main reason why I actually want those two games in particular to come out is because I missed the Twilight Princess train altogether, and that's actually one of the ones that honestly one of the 3D ones I'm invested in. As far as because everybody knows I don't really have much respect for the current incarnation of Zelda the way it is. I miss the top-down Zelda games, is why the Link's Awakening has just been like me opening lost treasure, right now. But it's one of the ones that I kind of have an interest in and I want an investment in, and Wind Waker. Wind Waker is just nostalgia because I played and enjoyed the hell out of it on the GameCube, and I'm ready to re-experience it. I did not want to do it when it was on. Because they put it on 3DS as well as the
nope,
the Wii.
It never came out on 3DS.
Oh, I thought that was a handheld version of it.
No, it's Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks are the 3D or are the DS games, and then 3DS got Ocarina and Majora.
All right, thank you for keeping me straight on that one.
That's why I'm here, LeRon.
Yeah,
to keep you straight.
Yes, somebody's got to attempt to do it. But that's pretty much it for me. It's been a good week for my Switch. Last week. I'm getting ready to ramp things up because I'll be continuing to play Monster Hunter because I believe next week is the new content drop for Monster Hunter happens for Monster Hunter.
I think it's the 29th. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Which saying all that. Next week, I'll also be kicking off my horror video game marathon with Dead Space. I'll be playing the entire trilogy throughout the entire month of October. And the plan is either Andre or Stoy from Crossroads is going to play co-op with me for Dead Space 3. So if we do this right, there'll be double content to see because I will capture the content that's happening on John Carver's side in Dead Space 3 because it's an adventure by itself, and I think and Andre's been bugging me, so I think I'm gonna buy him a copy of Dead Space 3.
Why don't you just buy him the bundle? It's $4 all the time.
What bundle?
I don't know. I'm sure aren't there PC bundles where games are like 99 cents or like cheaper than donuts. You just get
but
47 games for 3 cents. Here you go.
But I've never seen Dead Space on one of those bundles, though.
I don't know. I'm just assuming. You know what happens when you assume things, though. Anyways, yeah, Zelda Link's Awakening. That's a great video game. Yeah.
Before we move on, I remembered something. I played
Corey.
to completion.
You motherfucker, Corey.
What?
Like, shit, I just found the Dead Space pack. Dead Space 1, 2, and 3 plus Dead Space 3 Awakened for $18. And I was about to spend...
It's like he knew, LeRon.
I was about to spend $20 for one game for Andre, and now I can just spend $20 and get him 3.5 games. I like this.
See?
Merry Christmas, Andre.
He's Canadian. They don't celebrate Christmas.
They call him Corey the Deal Finder Dirrig.
Corey the Deal Finder. All right,
Coupon Corey Dirrig. That's what we call him around here.
All right, that's it. That's it for me, though.
Instead of the red coat, he wears lumberjack shirts.
Huh.
You mean flannel?
Santa.
I wonder. I should be able to gift this to someone.
Flanta?
Yeah, Flanta.
Now here's my question: if I gift this to someone in Canada, are they going to charge me the upcharge for the exchange rate?
No,
Most likely.
I don't know. I don't know how that works. No, because you're an American buying it and it's a digital code. I don't think that's how that works. I don't know how it works.
Find out.
I mean, all you got to do is go find.
I don't know either. But
you have a Monopoly board downstairs, right? You just shove that paper money into the floppy disk drive of your Canadian computer, and you know.
Just make sure you email Milton and copy Bradley on that.
Oh my God.
And you just instead of one of those like rubber bands you put around money, you just stick it to some maple syrup and then it sticks it together in the big slot.
You need a Tim Hortons tray.
Yeah. Although Matt, I think that's a misconception that Americans made up, because when I said that to Andre, he didn't really understand the joke. So
it's probably where is Andre in Canada? Do we know?
West Coast.
Yeah.
West Coast.
So it might just be regional. It might just be regional in Canada too.
Maybe. Oh.
I did want to say I forgot a game I started and finished. It was on the Switch Online N64 thing. It's Sin and Punishment.
How was it?
It is a bonkers as hell rail shooter that kind of made me think that I've missed. They're like rail shooters are probably like just a gaping hole in my play history. Like I've played Rez, I've played Thumper, I have played rail shooters before, like House of the Dead, things like that. But I don't. This is the first one outside of like Rez and Thumper that has come close to that realm of being just what the hell. Whereas Rez and Thumper are kind of experiences in their own right. Like I know Rez and Thumper are both VR titles, but you don't need to like Rez was originally I think a PS1 game. But this it's anime as hell. In the first game, because I know there's a second one, I tried to pay attention to the story for about the first hour, and then I realized I did not have enough breadcrumbs to get home. So I just decided I'm going to just shoot where I'm supposed to shoot and just take everything in, let it wash over me. A friend of mine from Gamers with Glasses, Don, he was talking to me about it. He's like, apparently, the second game provides all the context you need to make the first game make sense. And I'm like, but why would you want to do that? Because there's so much in the first game that is just batshit, and it's batshit in the best possible way. Like it's just silly. But yeah, Sin and Punishment on the N64 Switch Online is really fun. I recommend it.
Nice.
You know what? Thanks for reminding me because I also did more Switch gameplay.
Oh,
I was playing Beyond Oasis on the Retro Store.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like that's one of my favorite games from the Sega Genesis era. Like, and that was at the end of the Sega Genesis lifespan. Like, that was like one of the last games that came out for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if Sega ever made another console, their first party lineup would be pretty good at this point if they had the right studios in place. In my opinion.
See,
no, listen.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong, but I also think that would be silly to do that.
No, I'm just saying if they ever did. I'm not saying they're going to, or you know, I think it would be dumb if they did too. But I'm saying if they did.
Yeah, look at what IPs they own.
Sonic, Persona.
Keep Sonic to one side, but they have Persona and they have Yakuza.
Yeah, and and Beyond Oasis.
The trifecta.
Oh, I'm just gonna take a nap on this soft microphone thing.
The Catherine sequel that nobody wants.
I'm sure somebody wants it, but for reasons other than.
You'll find that in the adult portion of Steam.
Or the Switch eShop under family games. Real story. Anyways, I played some Destiny. Not gonna bore anybody with talk about Destiny. I went back and found the seashell that I was missing in Link's Awakening.
Nice.
And guess what? I went through 37 of the 40 seashells before I found the one that I needed. So, back up to speed. We're good. Also beat the 7th dungeon. And so I have just 2 more dungeons and then the final shebang. So Link's Awakening. Very, very adorable. Very good. I love it. I've put almost 20 hours into it, I think, at this point. Trying to 100% it. Which is why I was really upset when I was missing the seashell. It was very upsetting. Especially because I was following a guide 100%.
I mean, I remember the Great Korok hunt for you, Corey.
Oh, yeah. I did that, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it the poop?
Yep. I got my golden poo.
Yeah.
And the little tree man told me something smelled funny when I got it. So, you know, might have been me. But I did it, so who's laughing now? Yep. I actually thought about going back and playing Breath of the Wild before the new one comes out, but then I thought, well, maybe I'll get burned out.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do that. Unless I played it like right now.
If it was more of like a more linear, traditional Zelda game, I think I'd be able to stomach that a bit better, but to be able to tackle that open world all over again, I think it might have the opposite effect on me.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about, and I don't want to do that. So, but I also played a little bit of the Cowabunga collection, just played around with some of the games in there. I gotta tell you, man, most of those games, not very good. Not very good. The Game Boy games, all bad, except for the third one is actually a pretty interesting Metroid-y type game. The NES games, the first NES game, nope, pass. Do not play. That game is hard. The game is bad. The other 2 NES games are like, they're tolerable, but you know, when you have the 2 arcade games on there, when you have Hyperstone Heist, which is the crown jewel of that collection, in my opinion, and Turtles in Time for Super Nintendo, what are you playing these NES games for? You know. Also, all 3 Tournament Fighters games are total trash. I can say that now. Those developers are defunct. They don't have jobs anymore. Those games are bad.
You know, Corey, it's almost like you're setting me up to start laughing at you because remember how I was like, man, are you sure you want to run after these games?
I like 4 of the 13 games on there, and 3 of the rest of them are tolerable. So
well, Corey's also a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan.
Yeah, true.
The only person I think that might be as big or bigger is Lamont.
I am.
So,
I would like his thoughts on it. Did he talk about it a lot?
He did talk about it.
No.
He what?
Oh, sorry. We did a whole standard definition episode on the Cowabunga collection that's coming out in like 2 or 3 weeks. So.
Well, there you go. I won't spoil anything for you then.
Well, but I don't think Lamont got that yet because I got him the Cowabunga collection, and Target took months to get it to him.
That's because you got it from Target.
Yeah, never again.
That's what happens when you order from a dog with a spray painted Target on his face.
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding. No, that's ridiculous.
Hey,
so.
that is Spuds McKenzie's grandson, and you will respect him, okay?
You know, if Bagel was the Target mascot,
Oh, Bagel.
Oh, Bagel.
we would, we would get things done.
heart Bagel.
Yeah.
So I played some of that. I still think Hyperstone Heist is the crown jewel of that package, and I know nobody played it because everybody was playing Tournament Fighters. Everybody was playing Turtles in Time, either at the arcade or on their Super Nintendo, and didn't have time to play Sega Genesis games like I did. So, but
Well, you grew up with the Genesis,
I did.
right?
I did.
Yeah, so
I did, and I maybe that has a little bit to do with it, but it has a whole bunch of extra levels. It has a boss rush mode in it. There's just a lot of great things in that game that I really love.
You know what?
What?
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. The Switch was the damn MVP in my house last week because like I even started playing boss rush mode of Metroid Dread last week too.
Oh no.
Yeah, man. You know what? No. You're not coming out of your cradle this week. No, you're not. It's time to put the PS5 back to work.
the Switch looks at LeRon and
know.
goes, "You just wait. I'll come out of this cradle all I want."
Gosh, it's like LeRon's like, I don't know.
I know it's like I'm a walking contradiction sometimes.
It's fine.
I
do. Like that's the thing about it. Like in a much simpler world, if I lived in that world that there's such things as a console war, then like there'd only be one freaking video game system in my house, But shoot, I'm the guy that I play everything. As a matter of fact, I've got a Boss Rush Banter in the work that I'm going to try and see if I can get launched on Tuesday of next week, because Andre and Corey have been really trying to figure out like what my deal is about why I can't finish video games. So I've actually started putting the words together on paper and stuff, and I'm trying to see if I can have it coincide with next week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
I got to talk to Lasby.
Well, just to I don't know if this will throw a wrench in that, but you don't have to, right?
What?
Finish video games.
Yeah, I don't. I've finished 2 the whole year.
Like, I mean,
I've only beaten one game this year. If I do it right, I can beat one new game. I've only beaten one new game this year. If I do it right, I can finally say I can beat Link's Awakening this year too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I mean, I think I've beaten almost 20, but
look, there
are plenty of games that I play.
Where do you find that time?
I know, dude. I see people on our feed with like kids and like lives supposedly, and they're like, I've beaten 52 games this year. And I'm like, how? There hasn't even been 52 weeks this year.
It's like, bitch, what do you...
But
how?
See, now, there are... Now, I think... I'm not trying to speak for Stephanie while she's away, but I think we are all multidimensional people. We have lives, families that we keep in reports. Some people, specifically on Twitter, use playing video games as a personality trait. Like that's who they are.
For real, yes.
And so like, I've beaten like almost 20 games, but that's also because I will play a game until it's not fun anymore. And if it's not fun anymore, I'm not playing. And if I don't beat it, oh well. Now, some of the games I have beaten are like Guilty Gear Strive, and that's just basically doing 12 fights. Like DNF Duel, that's like doing 6 fights. So, I mean, is it like I'm beating Mass Effect every week? No. I considered, I finished Monster Hunter Rise on PC again. I also finished Monster Hunter.
I can technically say I beat that game this year.
Yeah, like I finished Sunbreak as well, but like, is Sunbreak actually done? No, but there is a fight that you get credits after, so that counts as finishing the game.
Yeah, you roll credits. Yeah.
In a lot of times, like with Mixolumia that I was talking about earlier, I have like one more unlock, and then I've unlocked everything. So I would say at that point, I finish it.
Well, see, my thing is, and I'll definitely go into some detail on it with my banter when I get it published. My whole thing is, I feel like I've made more career out of starting video games than I ever have of playing them and finishing them. And like some games, like. A lot of the games that are in my library are games I have like vested interest in playing, but it's like what's stopping or for example like I'm a career Monster Hunter player. Like it's really easy to say, okay, I've had my fill of this game, back to Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, 100%.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Corey. I only meant to add that I was playing Beyond Oasis on the Switch. Like, I don't know. Like I said, it was a stellar week for my Nintendo Switch.
That's cool. I'm glad. Let's see. What else did I play? I don't think I played anything else. I think that was about it. I've been busy doing things and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Anybody have a topic they want to talk about? Anything they want to shoot from the hip? Pew pew.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Crap! I just scratched myself. So, we've always had conversations on or about, physical versus digital. Like that's a topic that everyone's talking about. I tend to lean towards physical, using the debate of, if you use cloud gaming or a subscription base and they shut it down and no longer support it, you lose the game. Physical, you always have it. But then I realize, and this leads to my question, do you guys feel like eventually all consoles will be diskless or chipless? So I'm like, wait a minute, I might be buying physical games for security, but eventually it's kind of like the whole CD DVD thing. Like my laptops no longer have places where you insert discs, so it's like so that's why I wanted to ask, because now I'm kind of like, wait, what am I going to do with all these physical games?
That's why I stopped a while ago. I think Nintendo, for me, Nintendo's always the exception to the rule now. Where, like, I used to have a ton of physical video games, and I'm like, why? Why do I have all these, And, like, yeah, I know in terms of, like, preservation and all this other stuff, like, physical games, maybe. But, like, now you buy games on a disc, and, like, half the game isn't even on the disc anymore, Like,
yeah.
Like, I remember Halo Infinite, famously, I think only the first 2 levels were on the disc. That the whole open world section of Halo is not on the disc. You still have to download it. And which means, Xbox is like, well, I don't have any physical games for Xbox. PlayStation, like, I might buy 1 or 2 of my favorite games just to have on the shelf, but I'm not going to amass a collection. But Nintendo has kind of always been the exception, and I actually started to do that with Switch for a while. When my daughter was born, I was like, "Oh man, I can't have these little cartridges lying around because
she might eat them.
She will eat them. Yeah,
she's gonna be the one kid that thinks they taste good. Because the Switch cartridges taste like you lick one and it's like, ugh. Remember all those videos that came out right when the Switch came out and everybody was licking cartridges?
What?
Man,
yeah, dummies.
Yeah, man. Remember when that was the dumb thing kids were doing instead of swallowing Tide Pods and cooking chicken in NyQuil? But yeah,
because the physical games will only work as long as the device that's on it plays them. So I might be buying Nintendo Switch physical copies, but I don't expect my Nintendo Switch to work forever. So once that breaks down, and maybe like 10 iterations from now, the next Nintendo console doesn't have anything to kick those
Well,
chips into.
well, you know the magic of this though. Like we live in a day and age now where basically everything can be repaired. Like like, and sometimes can be repaired with better shit. Like because I've seen people who basically retrofitted their fucking NES and Super NES consoles and Nintendo 64 consoles, and they actually play better and are stronger than they were when they were current consoles.
Plus, we live in an era too where like the console, theoretically will play the games from the last generation. Like PlayStation right now, obviously it's just PlayStation 4 games, but Xbox, most of the games that you've purchased, you can pop in your Xbox currently or purchase digitally and they'll just play, right? And I'm assuming that that's how it's going to be moving forward with everybody. Like whatever you purchase digitally now, right? And, Nintendo owners are kind of going through this right now with the Wii U and the 3DS, but like, Nintendo says from here on out, all the games you purchase will be linked to your Nintendo account and will theoretically move forward.
Is that because they plan on just having source code out there? Well, I think it's because like I know like leaks are showing that the architecture of the next Nintendo console is basically going to be like a robust version of the current gen. So are we saying like? If we look at it like that, then that definitely means the source code is continuing for the Switch hierarchy.
I mean I mean, look, as long as like the digital games that I've purchased, I can play on future platforms. That's the worry about Nintendo for me. I mean, it always has been and always, will be until they prove me otherwise, right? Like, I just think that I think Xbox is doing it the best. I think PlayStation is catching up. But Nintendo is the one that worries me about the digital stuff because you don't know because their digital infrastructure is garbage. It's terrible.
Here's something I mentioned last night on Crossroads. I mentioned that because Andre is really happy right now about the state of Nintendo Switch Online, especially the expansion pack.
Mm-hmm. So am I. I think expansion pack is great. Like I like the modules that you download of just like, okay, I'm going to download the Nintendo 64, and then the games are just there, right? You don't have to download each game individually. I like that, but like, what happens on the next system? Do you have to subscribe to Nintendo? That's what I was
getting at because like the Switch is in its 5th year of life and stuff like that.
Technically.
Like technically it's at its 5-year anniversary already. Yeah. So the whole thing is like and it is a vicious cycle, because like every time a new Nintendo system comes out, everybody's like, "Where's my virtual console? Where's like we spend all." I know for sure, like including the $60 I spent for the Link to the Past when it was on Super NES, including that, I bought Link to the Past 5 additional times since this game has been released. Because I bought the Game Boy Advance version, that was $40. That was $40 right there. I bought 3 iterations of it on their various their eShops or whatever you want to call it. At $5 to $10 a shot. So I keep spending the money, and I can only be mad at myself because Nintendo knows they laid the golden goose with their library.
And that's the only reason why I subscribe to Nintendo Switch Online is their virtual console expansion pack library. It's not like I'm sitting there playing games online.
Yeah,
it's not worth it. Splatoon is probably the best example of something that worked. And even then, like Grayson was on last night on Pow Block when we recorded, and he said that he still gets dropped from matches. And good luck playing Smash Brothers online. It's like a slideshow.
Yeah,
it's like I didn't pay for this photo mode.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, and I'm not so much mad at Nintendo. I'm more mad at myself than I am at Nintendo for this stuff, because like I bought Super Metroid a few times, a few additional times since its Super NES release. There are some games, like I guarantee you, like I'd be spending real money if they put the Game Boy Advance stuff on Switch on Nintendo Switch Online. I'd be spending money in a subscription. So at least that's the cool thing now. Is like you only pay like a yearly fee for it and you have access to it. Versus buying it every time. I guess Nintendo kind of learned something from the consumers on that because people were getting a little bent out of shape about that shit, especially with the Virtual Console. I think the Virtual Console is in its heyday with the Wii and the Wii U. I really think so. Because I bought a ton of shit on Virtual Console on the Wii U, on the Wii.
Yeah, so did I. I did too, and I didn't buy as much on the Wii U just because you could play the Wii stuff on the Wii U. I mean, you could upgrade it for like save states and whatever, but like I wasn't gonna do all that. But I mean, I think the way they have it set up now is great. I just wish it was like it's the naming convention too. Is like it's called Nintendo Switch Online. Why isn't it just called Nintendo Online?
Yeah,
and that way you cover all your bases, and then maybe we wouldn't be having these questions, or maybe we would, but we'd be talking about it differently. It's like the next system that comes out is the eShop just going to close and you can't download any of these games anymore?
I know. It's like it feels like we're living the definition of insanity.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I feel like I'm chasing this circle. I'm like physical, digital, physical, digital. Like I'm not even trying to like be cool and do the cool thing. I just want to be able to pick whichever ones where I can be able to play it whenever I want to because I own it. And I don't know. There's
now to circle back on your question though, like thanks to Corey, like I've embraced more of a digital model because I used to be one of those people where it was like, you know what, no, I got to buy the physical stuff. And part of it was because like, for example, when we look at Scott Pilgrim versus the World, right? The game, that game got pulled from stores because of licensing issues and stuff like that. And I bought that game on PS3, and the fact that I can't play, well, I mean, I still have my PS3, so if I hook my PS3 up, like I cannot re-download it on my system. And PS3 games are not backwards compatible with PS4 and PS5, so so like that. So I was kind of asked out on that. Thank God, like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, came out on PlayStation Plus this week, so like, now it's like I don't have to wring my hands anymore about do I want to spend this money for either the limited run game for $40 or spend the $15 for the store version of the game. I don't have to worry about that now, stuff like that. But that's another thing that was also worrisome about me, like when I started embracing more with digital games. It's like digital games are not as forever as physical games are. Like hell, Babylon's 5 is becoming the new the modern day ET game right now. Like
Babylon's Fall.
Yeah, Babylon's Fall. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because GameStop is literally giving the game away for free.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like the game, like it's been a long time. Like wow, like I can't remember the last time I've seen a game penny out at GameStop.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
so it's it's one of those scary things. Like we're Matt and I, we're playing Monster Hunter. One of these days, the servers are going to go down, and what the hell are we going to do?
I mean, say with me for Destiny, it's like, I mean, someday Destiny is not going to exist, and it's like, well, I mean, I have stuff to remember the game by, right? Like 50 years from now, when I'm, dying in a hospital somewhere, maybe. Like I have like art books and the grimoire books and the statues and the ghosts and everything, but like, what if I just want to go run around?
Riley, bring me my Destiny memorabilia.
I mean for real. Like I have discs of the Monster Hunter games, and I have no way of playing those old games now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like there are certain features of the original or the first two Monster Hunter games that are locked behind online, and the servers are down, so you never see that stuff again unless you just build your own server.
Yeah, which people are starting to do for PS3 games. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The physical versus digital thing, I'm going to. My metric for it is like I almost always default to digital now. but when games come out and make like a severe impression on me, like specifically, like look, I've got Persona 5 Royal there. I've got like the Souls games here. I've got my Outer Wilds limited run game, Outer Wilds, when I played it in I think it's 2019. Like that became my favorite game of all time immediately, and like so with that, I would do a physical one. There are games that I'm playing now that, like, I kind of wish I would have gotten the Cult of Lamb physical edition, because that Lamb plushie, adorable as hell. I may actually, and like I've picked up Rise and Sunbreak digitally, but because like these are going to be the 2 installments of Monster Hunter that sort of make me a fan for life, I might just pick them up physically for when the servers go down, so I can come back and say like, look, I could just use a wire bug and have a ball for a while.
Yeah. It's funny. It's funny. The last, including Rise and Sunbreak, World and Iceborne, I don't have a physical copy of Monster Hunter games before, since Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate for 3DS.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I did pick up GU just because it's available physically, but like I can honestly say since I'm only using that one like to dip my toe into old Monster Hunter, I would probably end up, I pick up Switch games physically if I can, just specifically to do the GameStop credit thing. Like I'm not even gonna. I don't make a ton of money, and what money I do have, I kind of have to save. So wherever I can save a few bucks, I will use those. Mm-hmm. Well, I won't try and pirate stuff just because I'm not an asshole. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've pretty much defaulted to digital everywhere. Even Switch, I've actually defaulted to digital, and unless it's like something that I know, like I just kind of want in like a curated collection, like Zelda, for example, mm-hmm. or
like look at how glorious this is. Monster Hunter. 3 Ultimate, Monster Hunter Generations, 4 Ultimate. Hold on, but
this
wait.
Guy.
There's more.
Wait, there's more.
Of course there is.
Now y'all gonna be like, oh, this guy is crazy now.
Nope.
Now?
I was gonna say now.
Let's see. Now this is Monster Hunter Portable. I imported this because it took 1.5 years for it to come to PSP in the United States.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it took 1.5 years to get to you because you imported it.
No. Shoot. There's Monster Hunter Freedom 2. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite somewhere around here. Doesn't seem to be in this box though. But yeah, shit. Yeah, the original Monster Hunter Stories for 3DS.
Nice.
Yeah, I feel like I do need to go back and at least buy if I can't buy the physical copies of Monster Hunter 4 and Monster Hunter World and Rise, I need to at least go buy the boxes.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably buy it physically somewhere, right?
Oh,
yeah, you
remember that game?
No. What is that?
Metroid Samus Returns?
I do.
Oh, hey Corey, here's that game I volunteered to give you last week.
I know. I mean, if you don't want it, I'll take it, but the game's worth a lot of money. I feel like you could do something better with that than just hand it to me.
Oh, wow. Legend of Zelda, Link Between Two Worlds. Never finished that game.
A Link Between Worlds?
Yep.
Oh, I like that one. I think it's a very underestimated title.
GameSpot gave it their Game of the Year that year.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. I agree with you though. I think 3DS games were often overlooked because they were handheld games.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's kind of what I want to talk about. I just was thinking about it. I don't know why, but I bought a couple of games physically, and then I realized, with people seeking out the disc diskless PlayStation, and now Xbox just in general is
Mm-hmm.
moving away from discs. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually play my Xbox Series S way more than I play my Series X. I mean, it's just because it's convenient. It's in my office, but I don't know if I would have maybe done it over again. I probably would have, probably had one Xbox. That was probably not a great decision, but also at the time I was running an Xbox podcast and should probably have done the research. So. Rip Arsenal X. Still on hiatus, guys. I'll come back someday, maybe. Yeah, I'm. That is a struggle for me though too, because I'm like, there's something cool about having a bunch of boxes lined up on your shelf and like looking at them and being like, oh man, that looks so cool.
Yeah, I agree with that, but there's also part of me, is also like, man, so when I have to move, it's like all this shit I have to lug around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I already have enough records to move if we ever move, and that, like, it takes me a week to pack up all my records.
Yeah, and those will break too. You got to be careful with those.
Yeah, very fragile.
So like, I don't need, and like, I'm in the process of getting a network attached storage system for my movies and CDs because I have thousands of them, and I need to not.
Mm-hmm.
They need to go away.
Yeah. I'm looking at the stack of movies I have, and I'm like, I'll keep Indiana Jones, I'll keep Ninja Turtles, I will keep Jurassic Park, stuff like that. But like, there's random movies on my shelf. Like, I look at them like, when did I even get that? Like, why do I even have this? Like why?
Sharknado seemed like a good time.
Yeah.
Although I will,
all my DVDs.
I will always keep Horrible Bosses though, because it's the first movie that my wife and I saw as a couple.
That's a great movie.
And it just
That was a good movie.
It is, but I don't know. Like, theoretically, I don't know if that's a movie worth keeping on Blu-ray or DVD or whatever. But like,
the Ultra 4K Horrible Bosses.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Kevin Spacey turned out to be a real horrible boss. Am I right? Oh man, too soon? Not soon enough?
Nope.
But I mean, like, I have a bunch of dumb movies like that. That's just like, why do I own this? I don't know. Although, again, I was looking at the Best Buy steelbooks of the first 3 Indiana Jones movies because they were all only $14. And I was like, I don't need another copy of The Last Crusade. But
you want it.
I want an Ultra 4K Blu-ray in a steelbook because who doesn't need a steelbook with Harrison Ford and Sean Connery's face on the front?
That's true. That's true.
Like,
I would if I were feeling nasty one day, I would probably get that in Raiders.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, I think so.
I wrote it in my diary so I wouldn't have to remember.
You did not give it to Marcus. Why did you give it to Marcus?
Marcus?
You said he could blend in. I was lying.
We must go to Berlin.
That's such a good impression.
Right?
Good times.
We named the dog Indiana.
Junior? I love that dog. I just like Sala just laughing at him.
Yeah. That's so funny. Remember when they're trapped in the tank?
Oh, yes. And yeah, they're just like sitting there just watching chaos happen. And Sean Connery just gets his umbrella.
Oh,
God, that's the best one of those movies.
son,
Like,
we've been hit.
have we been hit? Yeah, they got us.
They got us.
Okay, we're delirious.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's fine. Good times.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think we're going to end it there. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to the Boss Rush podcast. Remember, you can find new episodes every Monday on your podcast service of choice. You can watch us live on Wednesday nights on twitch.tv/Boss Rush Network. You can get the audio version a week early on Patreon, patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. And leave us a nice rating and review. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Matt, thank you for joining us tonight.
Happy to be here.
Appreciate you. Where can we find you?
You can find me at infinite_rewind on every platform I choose to be on under that name. If you are interacting with someone under that name and it's not me, I don't apologize. Just stop talking to them. You can also find me hosting other podcasts. I'm a co-host of a music podcast called Trivial Merit, where my friend Caroline and I make playlists of an artist or a band to get us from a negative mood to a positive one. We just recently released our Green Day episode. We are about to release an Open Mike Eagle episode, and we are about to record a Run the Jewels episode. So
Dookie. That's an album.
yes, we talk about Dookie a lot on the Green Day episode. Also, fun fact, the Wikipedia article for Green Day leads with not to be confused with Greenery Day, which is a Japanese holiday, and that made both of us giggle a little bit. And just a tangent promotion, my co-host Caroline, she writes for Unwinnable, and she just finished up a 5-installment column about the game Paradise Killer. You should read her writing. It's wonderful. She's very smart. She also writes for Popular Mechanics, and she's hilarious. So check her out there. I do also co-host a movie podcast called Free Reeling It with my buddy Jesse. He and I watch a movie every 2 weeks, talk about it. We also talk about what we're watching. We just recently watched the first Superman movie that should be coming out next week, I believe. And then we are going to start our spooky season movies. I'm not going to say what they are because I've actually forgot the order of guests that we're having. So I'm just going to get myself in trouble by admitting that I forgot. And I have also been invited to Scanline Media's Bald Gun Guy podcast, which is about the Hitman series of games, or at least the modern trilogy. We just released the Isle of Sigale, which is the final proper level in Hitman 2. And that's a level, and yes. I like it a lot. And we go into all of its weird wackiness that it throws at you, apart from being just a layer cake of weird coding, and an Illuminati open house for survival. Hitman 2 rules. And yeah, that's all I do. I did host. I am part of a video game podcast, but that is on hiatus. We have all stated to each other that we will be back. We just don't know when that's going to be. We're all sort of going through stuff, and life is getting in the way. And once we can all find some balance, we'll be back.
Nice.
Meantime, I'll just enter my podcast slut era and just be on podcasts.
That's fine. We have a bunch. You need to make the rounds, so you know.
I just told you where to find me, so.
Oh, I know where to find you.
Oh, I know you know.
Why are y'all sounding dirty right now? I need an adult.
Don't worry about it, LeRon. You like it. Stephanie, where can we find you?
People can find me on the internets, Twitter and Instagram at Klimov_author. Episodes of After Dark. The standard def Disney episodes are going to be on a hiatus, just short term. But you can also find my articles on bossrush.net. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, congratulations to Mark, by the way, on having his baby. Very excited for him. That's why some of our standard def stuff is going to be on hiatus, but we're filling those holes with other things.
Gotta fill them holes.
Yeah, all of them. Just plug it
You
in.
You guys couldn't even wait for After Dark to
Nope.
start this.
LeRon, where can we plug your hole?
Oh, I have many holes that can be plugged.
Let me tell you where you can start.
So you can start with Twitter and Instagram. You can head on over to YouTube and Twitch, or you can round it all off and go over to find me on PlayStation Network and Steam by just looking up Exodus 803. And yeah, don't forget about the Crossroads podcast every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. on my YouTube channel.
Slam that bell, fill that hole.
You can find me at I am Corey HC on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on a plethora of other things here on the Boss Rush Network, including Nintendo Power Block, Standard Def, and other things. I think that's it.
I am holy in HD.
Oh God. Okay. Thank you so much for watching or listening. Until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Have a good one.